is only a pair of undefeated teams in Interscholastic League play tonight here on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. It's Central and Lincoln Prep. The Blue Tigers and the Blue Eagles take on each other in what could decide the IL Championship. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week with Richard Baldinger. I am Mick Schaefer. And Baldy, we start with those Central Blue Eagles who are going to run the family at you.
Yeah, it's a family affair, and it all starts with the wing tee, swinging gate. I don't know if you know about that. That goes back to the
We'll learn about it tonight.
We will. Leather helmets and everything, but the kids won't be wearing that tonight. But Ricky Hicks on the edge running the football. Look for him to get the pitch. He's got that afterburner speed, part of the 4x100 relay. He wants to use that tonight.
Ricky on the outside, Darius Hicks, the quarterback of this team. And when you look at the Lincoln Prep side of the ball, you look at Johnny Hall, a guy that's only played 3 games so far this year, Baldy. But he certainly stuffed about 6 games worth of production into it.
687 yards. I think the Chiefs could use some of those.
10 TDs, too.
Not bad at all. But, hey, Johnny Hall, D1 prospect. Again, afterburner speed, but the one thing that he has is the vision. You better get 11 guys around him because he'll find a crack in that offensive line and make a big play.
Just 2 turns and 2.3 miles separate these 2 schools, Lincoln Prep and Central. Much closer tonight, though, on the gridiron on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Kickoff is next on Metro Sports. It is the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. We are here at East Elementary School for Lincoln Prep. You see right there, the home team tonight. They are ready, bouncing, getting ready for this IL clash. And Central and the Blue Eagles, who will also play home games here, as there are just a couple of fields in the conference anymore. You see the 2 head coaches, Roger Franks.
It looks like you can still put the pads
on. Oh,
on,
yeah.
Huh?
We'll talk about him a little later. And Henry Newell over on the other sidelines for Central as the captains are at the center of the field. We are getting ready for the coin toss, which means we are getting ready for kickoff here on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Mick Schaefer, Richard Baldinger alongside you. And Baldy, this is going to be, as we talked about in the open, very similar defenses. A lot of 4-4s, a lot of 5-3s. They love to run the ball here in the IL. Offensively, though, for one team at least, we'll have a throwback. And a little wing tee, huh?
Exactly. For Central, they're going to go ahead and run the wing tee, and Ricky Hicks, on the outside. Look for him to get that pitch. It's going to be really important that you have contain and you make sure that you get him going sideways so pursuit can help out and bring him down.
Oh, you're a Richard. You can be a Ricky as well.
There we go. I
can be Ricky.
Yeah, I'll just stick with Richard. I think I might
like
be
Richard.
better.
Well, Central has won the toss. They elected to receive, and they will be defending the south goal. You see one of the cameramen there. That is Eric Ashel from Metro Sports. We were doing a documentary on IL football, kind of past, present, and future, kind of where it's been, where it's now, and where it's headed. So you'll see
Steven Spiegel.
There's Steven Spiegel right there. You'll see in the backgrounds of plays, I'm sure, in a lot of instances tonight, cameramen capturing images, shooting plays, shooting players. There's Sean Belden right there. We actually have a few players mic'd up tonight. I saw them last night, Baldy. They were strapping and taping the microphones to the back of the shoulder pads.
And at the same time, I was just reading some stats about New England and Belichick that came into me again, and is that all part of it?
I think so. You can see Coach Franks there is mic'd up as well. This is done legally, Baldy. Okay.
It's all above. Wait, no, I didn't say New England.
It's all above the line.
Wait
okay,
a second. Now you're leading me down a path. I just happened to mention
that is your former team. That is your former team.
Yeah, it was. And you know what?
Did they do that stuff back then?
Well, Belichick, a protege of Bill Parcells, so nepotism at its best kind of carries on in the family.
Maybe it filtered down to the high schools. We never know. But as far as we know, all the microphones will just be from the Metro Sports side of things, as we are just about set for kickoff here in the IL. Central is 2-0 so far in league play. Lincoln Prep, one better at 3-0 so far in the Interscholastic League. They, of course, lead this league, which is now 6 teams deep. And in all likelihood, granted there are still some games to play, and this is the last week before district play in Missouri, but in all likelihood, this game will decide the winner of the conference.
Both teams possess tremendous speed to the edge.
Ken Boyer kicking off for Lincoln Prep, and we are underway. That is number 9, DeAndre Foster for Central. A nice return going here for Foster. He is past midfield and into Tiger territory.
Short kick, get the ball out to midfield. Offensive lineman, you love it. You only got 50 yards to go. Now as an offensive coordinator, you become a genius. Anything works.
All of a sudden, you're a much better coach, are you not?
Oh, life's beautiful right now.
And the quicker they score touchdowns, all of a sudden we're much better broadcasters, too.
Here we go. Well, let's see what Ricky Hicks said. We talked about this wing tee and throwback and getting to a ball on the edge.
Darius Hicks is the quarterback. He is a junior, a 5'10", 165-pound junior as they come out on their power formation. See a lot of formations tonight from Mr. Newell's squad. Here he pitches to his brother. This is Ricky Hicks, the tailback. 6-yard gain on first down. He's down inside the 45-yard line.
Yeah, the outside linebacker at that time, Earl Harden, number 4. Watch what he does on this. He's the one who forces it back inside. Now, it's a 6-yard gain, but if he loses contain, that 6-yard gain becomes a really big play. Got to keep you control. Let's pursue, make the play.
Ball on the ground. That's Darius Hicks. Just picking it right back up. No gain on the play. I'll bring up third down. Hicks, as we mentioned, Darius is the junior. The halfback, number 12, is Ricky Hicks. He's a senior. Henry Newell in his second season as Central's head coach. You can imagine a lot of knowledge between these two teams. Once again, the ball on the ground, and that is loose. So they're going to call it fourth down. Recovering that is the fullback, Daryl Jobe. So positive gain on first down. All of a sudden, it's 4th and long, and you never know. They're going to punt here. They're going to go for it. Looks like they're going to go back into punt formation.
Yeah,
Too bad
Darius just didn't get it. Just didn't get the ball. Started pulling out soon, and also the ball didn't get up all the way to hands. The quarterback exchange. Nothing can happen until that takes place.
Central with some confusion as they set up for this punt. And see 10 players on the field right now for Central. I can take the delay of game penalty, I guess. We're at the 45-yard line. That's not all bad. There are much worse places to take it at times.
Well, I'm just doing some math in my head. And
that's always dangerous.
That is dangerous now. You know, I was going back to a little bit of algebra and calculus, and the X factor is you need another guy in the field.
I mean, you can punt with 10, just don't try it with 12. Chances are better, though, if you have 11 out there. This is Mark Morgan back to punt. Gets it off cleanly. It's going to bounce once, twice, and then roll down to a dead stop inside the 10-yard line at the 8. So a nice punting job there by Mark Morgan. So far, Central, although despite those 2 bad snaps, winning the battle of field position as we are just underway here on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Inside 10 minutes and inside the 10-yard line now as Lincoln Prep will possess for the first time this evening.
Yeah, big question mark, number 77, defensive tackle for Central. William the Nightmare Harris. Let's see how they handle him up front.
We have a flag on the play.
Flag before the snap.
And they got too many men on the field now.
Central with its second penalty of the game. And they're going to march it 5 yards forward for Lincoln Prep and bring up 1st and 5.
Coach Newell not very happy at that.
Well, he just wants to hit 11, you know? 10 or 12's close, but 11
Stick on 11.
Yeah, it's kind of a priority. Here's Lincoln Prep, quarterback Beaumont Beasley handing off to the guy we talked about. That is Johnny Hall. We have a face mask and we have a first down.
And through the hole quickly, and that's what Coach talked about. Take a look at it. Yeah, unintentional, so. They got a flag on
that. Like Michael Wells grabbing the face mask. There is laundry on the field. They did see it. They're going to mark it off, and all of a sudden, Lincoln Prep, forget about being inside the 10-yard line. They're past the 30 at this point.
And Coach Franks, talking to him before the game, he That vision plays so important. And when you go to the next level, so much zone blocking. You've got to see those holes develop. And this is where this young man, Johnny Hall, has a good chance of going on and playing the next level.
That's Boyer in motion. Beasley, play action. He's going to turn the corner and keep it himself, pick up about 3 on the play. I was going to say, Baldy, so far for Central, we'd seen 5 plays, 3 penalties, and 2 fumbles for him.
Wow. I'll tell you what, they've got the trump. The royal flush tonight, but I'll tell you what, you've seen the misdirection out of Lincoln there too, and as long as Johnny Hall can be effective running the football both inside and outside, it really plays havoc for the defense, because now they've got to really, you know what they do? Tend to sit back a little bit. They're not as aggressive because they want to read, and that gives the offense a chance to make a big play.
Well, you can understand the Butterflies. It's a big game for both these teams. They're big rivals, like we said in the open. Look at the class of the IL so far this year. That is a quick hitter to, yes, we have a 58 in the backfield, people. Justin Walker, the fullback for Lincoln Prep, getting his first touch of the evening. It's 3rd and 4.
And Coach Brooks said, you know, we've got speed on the outside, but we've also got guys that they don't worry about vision. They're just looking to hit the bullseye. And that time, Brooks straight ahead, couple yardage.
Prep now in the eye. There's Hall. He's out close to 1st down yardage. This is going to be close. I have to bring the chains all the way across the field to get a good measure on this one.
Tackle on the outside, seeing Hall trying to get to the edge, playing against a 3-man front. That's Michael Wells, number 35, wrapping him up and bringing him down and talking a little bit after the play.
A whole exclamation point on things.
Now, these 2 high schools are just, what, a couple turns away?
They're literally 2 turns away. I think from Lincoln Prep to Central, you make a left and then a right.
So this is a little battle of the turf tonight.
Yeah,
local home turf. Yeah.
And East is kind of a middle ground between the 2. So so why not settle things here, as they are going to bring the chains out and see if Lincoln Prep is going to be forced into a 4th down situation.
Yeah, high school football is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Big rivalries in these parts, and we heard before the game, maybe one of the Lincoln Prep players sent an email, of course. Players close, you know, a lot of them friends, and a friendly but not so friendly email over to the Central guys, basically proclaiming that Lincoln Prep is going to run away with this game, as they do get the 1st down, and the chains will move, and Beaumont Beasley will come back out on the field with his offense.
It's amazing what technology can do now, how it adds a different dimension to these rivalries. Before, it used to just take place in the field. Now it takes place in cyberspace.
You never sent emails when you were playing?
Nah, I didn't quite have it at that time.
You have carrier pigeons out there in Long Island you can send out? Here's Prep then, new set of downs. That's Hall once again for positive yards. He's out for a gain of 4 before he is wrapped up by a host of Eagle defenders, including Frankie Jackson, a 5'7" senior for Central.
Khalid Mohammed, number 74.
A lot of talent across the board on both these teams, as you might imagine. We'll get further into that as the night progresses.
A lot of speed on both sides, too, right now. But again, I think what's happening here with Lincoln, they're looking to battle up front, that 8-man line. They want to see how these safeties are going to play. Look for them eventually to go vertical with the passing game.
We talked to Coach Franks before the game, said maybe 60-40 passing to run here, as that is Boyer in motion. They're going to give, though, to the running back coming through. That is Hall once again, his 4th carry of the night.
Straight ahead lead play, but again, you saw, and there's a yellow flag start flying.
The flags always come out, Baldy, when Metro Sports comes out.
It does. When Baldy comes around, those flags are still around. I can't get away from them.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Central yet again. So that is another penalty on Central. 0 so far on Lincoln Prep. Our referee tonight so far, Baldy, been the star of the show. I know that's usually your role. Though I'm
turning it over tonight.
Jerome Jackson, though, heads our crew tonight on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Coach Noel just looking to sub somebody in that's not going to get a penalty.
Do something. I think on the other side, Lincoln and Coach Brooks, these guys are probably too scared of him. You know?
Well, so far, Lincoln has progressed down the field about 60 yards.
In penalties.
I was going to say about half of that is due to Central. Three-back set for Lincoln. They're going to give to Hall once again. And look, untouched until about the second level. He's out near first down. He's going to have it. And, you know, giving it to Hall has been a great prescription so far for Lincoln Prep the last 3+ games.
Yeah, he's such a catalyst. But when you're watching him run, you know, college scouts are going to see those quick feet.
Yep.
You see how he just makes that little stutter step, and he's through the hole. He changes direction. His pads stay over his knees, a lot of good body control, and that's what you're looking at. You're saying, okay, now I take that to the next level, and you can see why this young man is a D1 prospect.
Yeah, he's a young man, just a junior is Hall. So first down, they'll give it to the up back. It's Justin Walker yet again, his second carry of the night. Back to Hall, 687 yards in 3 games, Baldy. He's only played those IL games. He's played the last 3 games of the season, but you know, it looks like he's played a full season so far. 10 touchdowns, 3, 3, and 4 the last 3 games, Baldy.
Not a bad afternoon at all. Beaumont Beasley, the quarterback for Lincoln.
Yep. Beasley, great athlete, been the quarterback here for seems like 10 years for Lincoln Prep. Hall gets strung out this time, and this time Central is able to corral him as Daryl Jobe, a two-way player for Central, runs him out of bounds.
And also, too, in that play, number 74, again, Khalid Muhammad, defensive end, got upfield. He got upfield and slowed that play down. And, you know, when you're seeing those sweeps to the outside, whether it's regular power sweep, toss sweep, or wing pitch, anything, you've got to make sure who's ever got contained, you got to turn it back. Make sure those running backs go sideways, allow you to pursue your defense to help you out.
Muhammad, 6'4", 230-pound junior. Very smart kid. Kansas State is looking at him. Defensive end for Central. So 3rd and long here for Central. We might have our first passing situation of the night, and we do. That's Beasley looking for the slant and looking for Boyer. That is short and wide. And that'll bring up 4th and 11 for Lincoln Prep. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, something we haven't seen thus far as we're halfway into the first quarter in a Hy-Vee High School game of the week.
I hope there's no yellow flags in this, is there?
No, yes, although they have been all over the place. Brody Christensen, Cassius Simpson, Jarrett Brooks, Adam McNary, and Omar Safir lead the way for Lincoln Prep on the offensive line. Monte Simmons, Gregory Wright, Ken Boyer. We've seen a lot of Johnny Hall so far, and Justin Walker. Big number 58 in the backfield. Of course, you've seen Beaumont Beasley head this drive. And other things, chewed up a lot of clock. That's Boyer in motion. Draw play to Hall, sheds one tackler. Trying to shed more, will not get the draw play, Baldy, on 4th and 11.
Yeah, they set it up. They had trips receivers to the left, spread out the defense, numerical advantage. But guess who he ran through? He ran right through the Nightmare.
The Nightmare.
It was a pleasurable dream.
It was a great dream.
He went right through the Nightmare that time. You know, Nightmare's got to learn that. You know, especially if he's going to go to the next level. Talking about his ability, maybe play at Ohio State, Oklahoma. Let me tell you something. You put your fingers out like that, you lose them on a freight train.
Nightmare, one of the bigger recruits in this game, literally and figuratively. William Nightmare Harris, the defensive tackle for Central. But the Eagles are back on offense here, and here we go with them. That's Jobe getting the carry. Well, actually a loss on the play as Monte Simmons, tight end, as well as a linebacker.
He's shaking out some of the cobwebs.
Oh, yeah.
Pop. Yeah, he delivered the shot, but then he walked back, you know, got a little bit of buzziness going in that head.
Well, it's a big game, and Coach Newell, as we take a look at Darius Hicks, the junior quarterback, the younger of the Hicks brothers. Coach Newell talked about how he's going to put his best players on defense and offense. Doesn't matter. They need to win this game. Little brother pitching to older brother. That is Ricky Hicks for a game of about 2.
And the play on that one, too, is number 5, Earl Harden. Number 4, the outside linebacker.
Take a look at the Central offense. Khalid Muhammad also playing on that offensive line. He is a Division I prospect, a 6'4", 230-pound player. James Thomas, Nate Gunn, Chris Henderson, Sean Tillman. Wayne Lane, he used to be the quarterback here. Mark Morgan is a sprinter. DeAndre Foster be all over the place tonight, and Ricky Hicks and Daryl Jobe in the backfield as well. Sets up a 3rd and long situation for Central. A little misdirection play. That is Joe popping for about 5 yards. He'll be about 4 short of the first down, as Central is just past the 30-yard line in their own territory, and they send out the punting unit. For Lincoln Prep on the defense side of the ball, Alex Young, Cassius Simpson, Jarrett Brooks, and Alex Gardner. Linebackers Harden, McNary, Walker, and Monte Simmons. Beaumont Beasley, Ken Boyer, and Gregory Wright. In the defensive backfield, a lot of names you see on both sides of the ball tonight in the Highview High School Game of the Week. As we have a flag on the play that's going to be roughing the punter. As Mark Morgan was run into, his kick goes out of bounds just outside the 40. They're going to mark it about the 42, but that might be a moot point in that we might have our first flag. Yes, we do on Lincoln Prep tonight.
Oh, my.
Roughing the kicker is the call.
You have to play smart. Have a chance, run to the spot. Just run to the spot, take a look at it.
Yep.
Do the kick.
Looks like that's...
I'll tell you what, I think he got blocked into. Who was that number? That was number
2.
12.
That was Jeremy Toney that ran into Morgan.
Yeah,
and then Job was blocking him.
Yeah. I think it was that Ricky Hicks that was blocking, though, number 12.
Okay.
That was number 12. It looked like he blocked him into it on that. I'm not sure about that call.
It was 4th and 6, though. Called it a 5-yard penalty, so it's still 4th down, but 4th and right about a yard. Central, though, still in punt formation. We'll see what they do. Here's Morgan. They will punt. He gets it off in a similar location as it was last time on the 35-yard line.
Lincoln can do this time. You saw some Johnny Hall on the outside and inside. Beaumont Beasley trying to hit a few passes.
Beasley will come out. He's a 2-star athlete, and really when it comes to college ball, he's going to have to choose between football or basketball. And we were talking to Coach Franks before the game. It's really kind of an indictment on high school sports these days, and that in college as well, is that they get scared off football recruiters if you're playing basketball, and vice versa.
Well, when you talk about, though, but you have to look at what the cost of a college education is nowadays. You look in the average school, it's $30,000, $35,000 a year you're investing in just in the education side of it. So there is, colleges, limited amount of scholarships, 85 scholarships. So when they make a commitment to someone, they're expecting them to be there.
No plays. We have a false start on Lincoln Prep. It'll back him up 5 yards.
And the competition in recruiting anymore is so intense. It starts so early. They're getting these kids practically at the end of their sophomore years now, and they're getting them to commit. And take a look at the penalty here.
Like they got the right tackle, that is Omar Safir, I believe, moving just a little bit early.
And that time you saw the Nightmare moving quick, 77.
3-back formation, that is Beasley. He's going to play fake and then roll right, and he's going to keep trying to beat Joe to the corner. He will. Flattened at the 40 after a gain of about 3 on the play.
Daryl Job, number 27, coming up strong that time. Take a look at it. See Beaumont Beasley just rolling out, keeping that, and Job trying to get in on that play.
Well, he'll run the ball, 124 yards rushing this season for Beasley, and 2 touchdowns in those efforts. 2nd and 7 for Lincoln Prep. There's the backup running back. That is Akeem Kearns, more of a between the tackles type runner, getting the carry there. Kind of just, forget about that vision. He has it, but he's more of the guy that just run right over you.
Yeah, blue collar, lunch pail style of guy, just giving him straight ahead. Playbook's about 2 sheets. Die play. That's it. That's all you need to know. No more.
2 sheets, huh? Die play and then die play.
Okay, that's it. It's complicated now.
Kearns is a senior. Was the man before Hall came back in week 4 for these Tigers. All right, 3rd and 5. Beasley handing off, and nothing. There's the Nightmare, Baldy.
He was right there in the middle, and I'll tell you what, that was a nightmare going through. With 8 men in the box, it's difficult to run. I'm going to think Lincoln's going to have to try to put some of that ball in the air, but take a look at the Nightmare, number 77, the point of attack. Coming in from the backside. Also, too, in the front side, number 75, James Thomas. Nose guard, good job of holding everybody up.
That is 600 pounds, 600-plus pounds of man right there, Baldy. So Lincoln Prep will punt. That's Ken Boyer sending that one out of bounds.
That looked a little bit like my golf swing.
That was a.
That was about it. That's the way that ball
slice
goes.
there. We'll take a look. What kind of arm does this guy have? Can he get it in? Or is he just walk it over? Come on. Oh, the underhand. Is that he was, he's wrapped up. It was Doug Flutie just kind of shoveling it out there to the receiver on the drag route.
Yeah, just maybe he was protecting himself. You never know. The spies around everywhere.
Right, right.
As we talked about the microphones and the pads now and the cameras and everything.
I'm sure that's it. I'm positive that it.
Something like that.
Well, so no. Go ahead.
No, I say there's a little bit of conspiratorial theme going through this show tonight.
Central, its third possession of the game. Still looking for a first down. That's going to be a late hit out of bounds on the running back, DeAndre Foster, as he was well out of bounds before he got popped on that play.
Number 2. There's number 2 there, Gregory Wright, coming up afterwards.
So that'll be your first down.
That was Gregory Wright that got ran over.
They didn't call a flag. Sure. I watched the line judge actually reach for his flag. It's like, I should just
an overload of flags.
Make sure he continues with that process. So 2nd and 5, that's Foster again. He's going to spin out past the 45 before he is met by the Lincoln Prep defense.
Lincoln Prep's doing a good job of getting some penetration in the line of scrimmage.
The wing T, though, Baldy, what's, I guess, the philosophy behind it? A lot of mixed direction there. You have 3 running backs. What's the advantages to running it?
Well, what it is, when any of the wing T, any of the option, what it is, first of all, your offensive line doesn't have to be really powerful. You're blocking angles. Everyone's blocking down. Someone disappears, just go to the next level. So it makes it easier for them. But also, too, the misdirection forces the defense to play real honest.
Big first down for Central. That's Hicks in motion. Ball on the ground, and Lincoln Prep will have it. That time, Darius Hicks got the snap cleanly, but on his way back for the pitch, was met by a Tiger defensive lineman.
Justin
Walker. Put the ball on the ground for the 3rd time tonight.
Watch Justin Walker comes on the blitz, and I'm telling you what, he picked his back pocket that one. Darius Hicks didn't even get the ball up, and it was gone.
Walker's 2nd sack of the season. Over 30 tackles this year for the senior. He's a college player, getting a lot of MIAA looks. And so Lincoln Prep has the ball once again in Central Territories. We tick down just almost inside a minute here in the first quarter. First pass of the game for Lincoln. That is high, intended for Ken Boyer. Beasley finding himself on his back, too.
Wayne Lane coming in, number 5 that time on the blitz. Delivers a hit. Tough to deliver the football with any accuracy.
Baldy, Wayne Lane delivered the pain.
He did bring the pain. Wow, a little bit of rhyming there, huh?
A lot of bit of rhyming, if you ask me.
You're working on some things there, man. Developing your vocabulary, that's where it starts, at rhyming, and then to the next level.
Pain is a big word, yeah. Just developing it.
I'll just let you go along with that line of conversation.
So 2nd and 10. Hand off to Hall. That's worked so far. This time, no. Pickup of 1 on the play, and yet another 3rd and long situation here.
Kenneth Boyer coming down on the crack that time. Tried to bounce off, and you could hear the pads popping tonight. But this man, Khalid Muhammad, number 74.
He's impressed you so far, huh?
I'll tell you what, he has been playing. He's been playing some football now on the outside. Can't move him off the line of scrimmage.
Timeout on the field momentarily. We'll start the clock back up with 30 seconds out of play in the first quarter of the Hy-Vee High School game of the week tonight. Beasley throwing, finding Boyer. He is shy of the first down, however, as he had to lunge forward to make that catch. So the first completion tonight for Lincoln Prep, as we will tick down inside 10 seconds, and we may not have another play before we hit the second quarter.
And look for Beasley to do more of that. As I talked about, 8 men up front, that single coverage on the outside man. They're just running the little hitches. Look for him to continue to throw the ball on the outside.
So 1 quarter down, and we have decided nada here on the Hy-Vee High School game of the week. 0-0 as these two IL powers are going at it. Second quarter. and more to come here on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week after this. Lincoln Prep, Blue Tiger. Always up to no good, Baldy. Always up to no good. He's one of maybe the best dancing mascot. I do the high school show every Friday night I've ever seen in the city.
You know, but that's the thing, though. Metro Sports High School Roundup. You know things like that.
That's scary.
Your ability to bring
You're right.
those stories.
You're
now.
right.
I'm going to let the fans judge on the merit of that story.
They shouldn't. All right, big fourth down play here for Lincoln Prep inside Central Territory. Give is to Hall, and I don't know if he got it.
He twists and turned there at the end, but I think he's going to be a little short.
Daryl Joe, we've called his name several times tonight.
Came up and wrapped up, but again, you saw Hall, initial contact, able to spin out, but I think he's definitely going to come up a little short.
So a big stop for Henry Newell's team.
You're seeing both teams having success with the run blitz in terms of stopping the run, getting pressure on the quarterback.
Newell's in his second season here this time at Central. Used to be here as an assistant coach.
And I asked him tonight, I said, Coach, what's your game plan? He goes, stop Hall. That was it, stop Hall, and walked away. That was all he had to say.
All right, so in the wing tee, this is Central, and this is Job stiff arming, but to no avail. Couple Tigers in on that tackle.
Garner up there, and again now you've seen Lincoln Prep. They're playing 8 men on the line of scrimmage. They're setting the edge. You're not going to let anybody get to the outside. Hicks is not going to have a chance.
Well, both these teams will play a 4-4 or 5-3. It's 8 guys in the box as the norm.
Yeah, they're going to have people up. They're not going to let these running games go. And so I think the team's going to have anyone who has success in the vertical passing
That
game,
might be the difference.
going to win the game tonight.
2nd and 11. Another ball on the ground as Hicks once again has to fall on it.
Justin Walker, number 58, playing like a man possessed tonight. Bringing the A game. You might feel like you're stepping in front of the A train when you get in front of that young man.
The J train, we'll call it.
Yeah,
Justin.
I'll tell you what, he brings a lot of aggressiveness and plays the game with some fire, attitude.
Eagles at their own 33. Splits wide right, 3 in the backfield. Hit as he throws is Darius Hicks. That ball is short of the wide receiver Mark Morgan. And so Central once again will be forced to punt as Morgan will get his hands on the football this time, but only to kick it away.
And he's doing a good job. I watched Justin Walker. He's just walking around, picking his gap. He shoots the A gap, and they're just a little late on their communication. When he's that tight, one of the offensive guards has got to step up and take him. You can't just let him give a free shot to the quarterback like that.
He's got that a couple times so far this game. Eagles in punt formation. And now in punt formation. Morgan gets it off cleanly, but once again like a Baldy golf shot.
New York Yankee trying to hit a baseball.
You know what they call a golf shot when it goes, if you're right-handed, it goes way left. It's a Thurman Munson.
Thurman Munson.
It's a dead yank.
Whoa.
There you go.
Whoa.
I heard that from George Brett one time.
I cannot believe you just said that over the air, Bob.
Well, that hurts you. Yeah, Yankees.
Do you understand? Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. Well, we'll deal with that after the show here.
I saw about a good field position once again for Lincoln Prep. You would think one of these times would take advantage of it. Beasley under center.
Full house backfield.
And that gives the up man. That is Kearns. He'll pick up 4 quick ones.
They establish that power running game inside and make those linebackers step up, make the nightmare try to close down those A gaps. And what that does, then you get everyone maybe, okay, defense, and you're going to slant towards that, dive back. And now you're going to give you a chance to get Hall on the edge with the pitch.
Roger Franks there told us that they're going to be 60-40 in the passing game tonight. Really, it's been about 90-10, maybe more, running to pass. Here's the option. Here's Beasley, met at the sidelines, among others. That is Taryn Craddock Moore, excuse me, on the tackle.
And Beaumont Beasley just running the option. Take a look at it, fake the dive. Now, take it. He's got to keep going. You see how he kind of.
Well, that's Muhammad making him push it out. That's Muhammad.
That was Muhammad
forcing him back farther into the backfield.
But still, those quarterback, once you fake that handoff, you got to get to the edge. You turn those afterburners on. He had a little giddy up in his step right there, and that little hit slows you up, allows the pursuit of the defense come along down the line.
Third down and stuffed in the backfield. That's
the nightmare.
The nightmare.
That time
on the tackle.
Man, good tackle that time. Good pad level. Walker. And he's showing some quickness now. The Nightmare does a good job of swimming around people. You can see what colleges are looking at. So he's got a hand slap already. Got some quickness. He'll get his strength going. The young man continues to mature. You can see the bright future for him.
Leads the team in sacks with 8 this season.
See him through the gap quickly. And again, a little misdirection. I'm not sure. This looks like there was communication there that time on Lincoln. But I'll tell you what. Send this young man up to Ohio State with Jimmy
Well, he's
Tressel.
only played two years of football.
He's got a long way to go.
Ohio State, Oklahoma, among others, looking at this kid. He's just a junior, 6'2", 295. In the meantime, big fourth down play here. Beasley fakes the handoff out of the backfield. He's got his man, and that is a first down pass to Greg Wright.
And he was a young man who got ran over on that one play by Central, but here he comes out of the backfield, and again, watch the misdirection again. And I like the way the young quarterback, Beaumont Beasley, sets
got
up.
tipped twice.
Yeah, it did. As he comes back and throw back to Gregory Wright, but watch the fake, and then he comes back with his eyes to freeze the defense. And there's Wright on the outside. Give him the ball in the open field, let him make a play.
So Lincoln Prep now with a couple of completions and a first down now. Inside the 30-yard line, handoff up the gut. Not much room there for Johnny Hall.
Not at all. 65, Omar Safer for Lincoln. He's been having a tough time. He's been going against the Nightmare, and the Nightmare uses some quickness. Omar's just got to set up and get his hands on him.
What was your nickname in high school? Do you have a Nightmare nickname?
No, I didn't have many nicknames where I came from. If you had a nickname, you had a problem.
They're not. In Long Island?
In Long Island. We used to play the games on Saturday afternoons.
The sun was out.
Yes.
2nd and 9. Boyer in motion. Handoff to Hall. Left side. Shedding blockers and tacklers. Down to the 12-yard line.
And you've seen the burst that time by Hall. Starts inside. Look at the lead, starts inside. Now he bounces it back outside, following his fullback, big number 58, Justin Walker. And then also on the outside, too, Gregory Wright, number 2 with the block. O-line gets you to the second level. The wide receivers bring you into the end zone when they block downfield.
So our first red zone possession of the game as they are down at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lincoln Prep. Beaumont Beasley, design play, running right, trying to get the corner. Not quite get there, as that was DeAndre Foster at first stringing it out. Job and others cleaning it up after a gain of only 1.
I'll tell you what, that Job, he can close the gap real quick. He's got that speed. Puts it in the second level, and I'll tell you what, that looked like it was going to be wide open on the boot coming out, but I'll tell you what, they kept it. Watch the fake, and I'll tell you what, they're staying at home Central. They're going to pursue upfield. Now comes Job. He's number 27. He's going to come in your picture right now and on the play.
2nd and 8. Prep at the full house backfield. That's Hall once again to the 6. Foster on the tackle. So remember, they don't have to get to the 2 to get a first down. It's not a 3rd and goal situation, but it is 3rd and 4 from the 6.
You notice when Hall runs, always the first man misses. Another guy, again, one of the little things college looks at.
Yep.
Can he make the first guy miss? And he does. He's got that speed, he's got that shape.
229 yards per game. 3 games so far this year for the junior. Timeout Central as they try to catch their breath and play the bend but don't break theory, as Lincoln Prep is driven deep now into their side of the field. There's Roger Franks.
You know, when you talk about running backs with vision, you know, we got a chance to talk to Coach Franks about that. And he said, you know, the best thing about that vision, well, to be able to have vision like Hall has, the young man has, is it takes also good balance. It means you don't get overextended. Your pads stay over your knees, and thereby you can make those little stutter steps and those cuts. And again, you put that with speed, the vision together, and you know what? That's one heck of a combination.
Fan of the game brought to you by Sonic. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. Where are they? There they are. Let's go to Sonic. There we go. Oh, she snatched it. Oh, wow, she deserves it. Hands. With the face paint, Baldy.
You got to give her.
Oh, he deserves it. Yeah. He grabbed it.
I'll tell you what, those are some quick hands, too.
They were.
When it comes to a Sonic
Get
burger.
him out there.
Kind of look like Spider-Man just extending those fingers and snatching that
ball. It gets dangerous when we put Sonic on the line. 3rd and 4 here for Lincoln. They got to get to the 2 for a touchdown to the goal line, for first down for the goal line, touchdown, and it looks like they have the first down at the very least. That is Hall driving and spinning his way down close to the marker. We'll have to see.
Offset power I, 2 tight ends, nothing fancy. Straight ahead, me against you. Low man wins down here.
And they did get it. So it's 1st and goal. Lincoln Prep at about the 1. Beasley's going to do it himself and get it. I called it. Did they? They didn't.
No. That's
wow,
why you're up here.
That's right. That was quite bold of me. It looked like he dove in. It looked like the push was past the goal line.
Looks like from up here, I was going to say, good call, Mick.
Wow.
Again, I didn't jump in. I thought with my X-ray vision, I saw that ball just didn't quite.
Well, I got excited. It's been, what, about 19 or 20 minutes of game time. We haven't got a point yet. Beasley, guess what? He's going to try it again. That's a touchdown for Beasley. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And Lincoln Prep is on the board.
Take a look at it, quarterback sneak. And you know what I like? You see how he takes that little false step underneath?
Yeah,
gets you going. That's what you want to see. You see number 63 over there on the block too for Lincoln Prep. Take that little false step. It allows you to get your momentum going forward. A lot of times they tell the quarterback take a step back.
Right between Jarrett Brooks and Cassius Simpson there, and Alonzo Tovar kicks through the extra points. As Lincoln Prep goes on top 7-0 here on the Hy-Vee High School game of the week.
Look at the push in the middle.
Yep. And Central knew it too. You can tell.
Nightmare is right there. One thing Nightmare will learn when he's in that position, keep your head up. Keep your head up. He's going through in the line of scrimmage, but you got to keep your head up. Find that running back.
So a short field set up by the short punt, and Lincoln Prep, its 3rd possession inside the Central territory, finally takes advantage here with 5:08 left in the 2nd quarter.
And you saw some excellent running that time. The reason why they were down in the red zone is because the calls were running both inside and outside. It's a misdirection, but it all starts with the power running game inside. Get the defense off balance. Now you can dictate to them.
Beaumont Beasley, been the quarterback here for so long at Lincoln Prep. Seen some decent seasons too. 6-4 in 2006, 6-4 in 05 as well. As the fans here at Lincoln Prep finally have something to cheer about on their feet, Baldy. They're looking for some more Sonic.
I'll tell you what, the press box is rattling right now.
Ken Boyer.
See if we can get Ricky Hicks going now in this offense. Much in the first half at all.
Ken Boyer, one of those other weapons, trying to tee this one up.
Better find someone to block Justin Walker, too, from Lincoln Prep. He's had a few tackles here in the first half.
We've seen a number of guys on both sides of the ball tonight and make an impact. Justin Walker, we've seen Daryl Jobe as well.
And you can see the way that Lincoln Prep plays. They're just like their coach. It's fitting him as their coach and his attitude, and comes out on the field.
Kind of a squig kick. That is Jobe getting it, putting it on the ground, but then falling right back on top of it at the 41. So Central dodging a huge bullet there. 5:01 left to go here in the second quarter. Jobe used to carrying the ball, but looks like that's Tovar. Yeah, it's Alonzo Tovar getting a paw in there.
He did.
And Jobe, a great athlete.
Jobe got back on that football. Didn't quite have, yeah, you can see he actually started losing that ball. Got to make sure you carry it up high and tight. Keep your finger over the point of the ball.
Jobe, just a sophomore. Central looking for their first down of the evening. They've yet to get one, as Lincoln Prep has 6 of them. As a result, 7 points. Lincoln Prep showing blitz, and it might have gotten
a little bit of, encroachment.
Central lineman to jump, or they might have jumped in the neutral zone. Blew the play dead, and it's going to go against Lincoln Prep.
You notice the defensive linemen, what they're using is they're really taking the 8 men and they're stretched outside. They're not allowing Central at all to get that edge, to get that numerical advantage, so they can run that wing T in terms of blocking down and getting the edge.
Foster, Hicks, and Jobe in the backfield. That's going to go to Ricky Hicks. And he finds some room to run. Hicks out across midfield, down to the 44-yard line of Lincoln Prep on the tackle. That's Ken Boyer.
Yeah, that time, good job up front in terms of now. Got some movement, no penetration, and Ricky Hicks making a nice bounce to the outside, showing that quickness. Again, watch the downfield block, and also the lead block that time by number 9. Who's that number?
DeAndre Foster.
Yeah, DeAndre Foster on the lead block that time. Take a look at him come in. And Jobe.
And then Wayne Lane actually kicked out 2 guys on the outside. Amazing when you get good blocking. Become a much better running back. That's Darius Hicks on the keeper, and he is plowed under by a couple Lincoln Prep Tigers.
Number 4,
Eric Harden.
He's been all over the place. Tell you what, in the backside, and what they're doing is they're getting upfield on that. They are not waiting. They're getting upfield and making sure they turn everything back inside. Take a look at Eric Harden, number 4. He's going to come into your picture, makes his in on that play, but he's the one that slows up the quarterback.
He started it, yep.
Darius Hicks, no chance to get outside on that.
Second and 12. As Wayne Lane split wide, near side. Hicks to Hicks. Ricky with the ball. And Ricky's got a big gain of about 7 yards to set up a manageable 3rd down situation. Hicks kind of pumped now, finding some room to roam.
Yeah, just running into the short side of the field. Take a look at Hicks, and again, Jobe on the outside, and again, DeAndre Foster, number 9 on the lead, doing a good job getting his head outside. Outside number, make the block. Now you're back. Mr. Hicks can make his cut. Don't dictate to him. Not exactly sure what we're looking at there.
He's always a gossiper is what he is. Here's Ricky Hicks again, trying the outside again, but a great tackle there by Beaumont Beasley, the cornerback. And in his celebration, Baldy might have garnered a flag.
A little bit of taunting. A little bit of taunting. I'm not really sure if that was taunting.
Well, you don't know what was said out there, and in high school, they're not gonna put up with much. Remember, this is a bragging rights game. IL title and really a lot more on the line for these guys.
I thought Beasley came up that time, and he made an excellent. Beaumont Beasley came up.
Great tackle, but then
a little bit of emotion. Yeah. You got to be able to play the game with emotion. Watch Beaumont come up here and make the tackle. Excellent tackle. Rip him up. I guess a little bit, yeah.
But in the high school game, you never know what's said. You know, on Sundays, don't throw the ball at him, don't point at him, and basically you can say whatever you want.
Probably at any level, you don't want to know what's said. It's an emotional game. That's the way you have to play this game.
Both these teams pumped up for it. They moved this from a Friday to a Thursday to accommodate us. We certainly appreciate that as we are out here at East Elementary School and what could be the IL championship game. These two teams, the class of the Interscholastic League. Lincoln Prep done much better job on the ground. Central, though, upping those rushing totals this drive.
Yeah, finally got something going, getting out on the edge and trying to get, Ricky Hicks running with the football. Been able to get to the edge here a couple times.
The Brigade's here, too, by the way, Baldy. Got some players, the cheerleaders. The gigantic Brigade helmet was blown up out there before the game.
A little bit of excitement.
First down for Central. The lone back is Ricky Hicks. He sheds one tackle before finally being met by a host of Tigers, but not before gaining 4.
Yeah, but Monte Simmons, number 5, he's in the backfield. He's got to make this play. Yep. He's run support. You got to wrap him up. He misses a tackle, see, and then comes number 1. Is that Beasley? Beasley, Beaumont Beasley gets in on the play. But you run support. You got to come in. You got to slow up that running back. Get your arms around them. Let your defense help. Doesn't have to be a bone-shattering tackle. Hold them up. Let those other guys help you out.
2nd and about 7 here for Central as they are inside the 20-yard line. There's Joe, tripped up, though, and a nice play there by the defensive front of Lincoln Prep. That was Jared Brooks on the tackle.
You see that time. You see him coming back inside that time, Joe. We've been working the edge right now, Central. That time they try to come back in with a lead play inside, thinking those linebackers would be out of position. Hit a quick hitter inside, get to the second level with some big yardage.
This has been a healthy dosage here of Ricky Hicks on this drive, and it's worked so far. Joe with the last carry, and it's now 3rd and 4. Darius Hicks under center. He's going to pitch to Ricky. Ricky going wide, cutting back, shy of the first down. On the tackle, among others, Monte Simmons.
Kenneth Boyer, number 8.
Alexander Gardner.
And Boyer also coming up on that run support. You see it, you're the alley man, get going. You are the freight train, blow it up. You look at the toss, and watch Boyer, number 8. He's got to come up. He's the one in there on that play, but you see how he hesitated a little bit? You've got support help on the outside. You got to come up, you read it, get downhill, and make those bones crack.
4th and 3, Central will be going for it at the 15. This is the play of the half for the Blue Eagles. Goes to Hicks, and he'll have the first down and more. 10, 5, can he get there? Yes!
Ricky Hicks to the edge.
15-yard touchdown run for the senior. His 5th TD rush of the season, and we have ourselves a ball game, Baldy.
I'll tell you what, he took the baton, and time he hit, I'll tell you what, he was about 90 yards when he hit the goal line, babe. He was an afterburner. There was no one that was going to catch him on the edge.
And here we go, the swinging gate, as they will go for 2, and just take a look at this play. There's Darius Hicks throwing to Ricky, and he is wrapped up. Big play there by Greg Wright.
And I think they went right to Gary Pinko on that with the swinging gate in Missouri on that one.
Not big fans of the place kick are the Eagles. But still, they do get on the board. 7-6 is now our score. Ricky Hicks was a beast.
Take a look at him on the drive. Yeah, look how he starts inside. Now the burst and everything. And they lost contained. That was number 1, Beaumont Beasley. He's got to get upfield, turn it back inside. And I'll tell you what, did he step out on this?
I don't think he did. No, it was a great play. Athletic play. He got the ball over the goal line, past the pylon. As we take a look here.
Oh, it was. Good call. Good call, Mitch Schaefer, yes.
Well, I'm about 99% so far. Right. 8 plays, 59 yards, 4:08 off the clock. Really what Henry Newell's team needed right there.
Did some good blocking on the edge that time on the outside. Have contained. You've got to stay in your alley. Force that back inside. Don't give him the edge where he can place that foot in the ground and turn on those afterburners. As I said, it's in that 4x100-yard relay. Yep, he showed it every bit of it.
It was the 4th possession for Central. 5th, rather, after 3 punts and a turnover. They finally crack the goal line. Chris Hagans to kick off. Grabbing that is Wright, and grabbing right is Mark Morgan. Big play right there. With 52 seconds left, this really isn't, for either team, an offense designed to quick strike and get points in that short amount of time.
Not at all. You haven't seen anything in the passing game at all, and I thought Lincoln would go more. Really only had that one completion, but as long as Central continues to play with those big men inside, you're going to have to look to go down the field a little bit with that football. Loosen up the defense, make those safeties play honest.
Lincoln Prep so far lost it on downs, punted, lost it on downs, and had a TD in their first 4 possessions. Trips right for Beasley. He's in the shotgun. He's going to throw, and that is picked off. Picked off by Taryn Craddock Moore. And all of a sudden, Central's in business once again.
Yeah, Taryn Craddock Moore just sitting inside on that post pattern. He just takes it. Goes for the football. Overthrown.
Beasley with good protection, good time, and
he just overthrew his man.
High of the target, Tyler Smith. Craddock Moore with the good hands and the big play.
The ball looked like it came out a little funny on his arm. Looked like it was almost a little bit of a sidearm release, and the ball kind of just sailed on him, and Craddock's there for the interception.
So frustration there for Beasley, and Henry Newell with one of the first smiles we've seen on his face tonight. 47 seconds left. Central down 1 at 7-6 in the Hy-Vee High School game of the week here at East High School. The Central fans will play their home games here, as well as Lincoln plays a lot of games here as well. And so Central will have it at the 41-yard line with 47 seconds left to go, looking to take the lead.
Coach Franks is telling his defense, I need you now, guys. I need you now. I don't want to go down another score right now. 7-6. Got the lead. Going to halftime, that's what you want.
Roger Franks' 4th season at Lincoln Prep. Here we go in the shotgun. That's Foster throwing it deep, but wide of the target, Mark Morgan. They'll bring Foster in to throw.
Gregory Wright on the coverage that time, step for step with the receiver.
Roger Franks, former Oklahoma State Cowboy, played his high school ball here at Southwest, and then went to Oklahoma State's Baldy. He was a fullback there for OSU in the dark years down in Stillwater. It was 89 to 93, so right after Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas, right during some probation years.
Tough times down there, but
he was a stud for them back then. He was a good player.
He's still a big fella right now, too.
Oh, yeah. Second down, once again, in the shotgun is Central, but this time it's Darius Hicks. He'll keep it on the option. Gain maybe a foot as the clock runs, bring up 3rd down. And Baldy, his redshirt freshman year, back to Franks, Oklahoma State went 0-10-1.
Not good.
They tied Iowa State, I believe, 6-6.
Wow.
That was the things got better his sophomore, junior, senior year, but it was kind of a dark time. And you know what? They made a Christmas song out of that.
Really?
Can you imagine what it was?
No, I don't want to know.
0-10-1, 0-10-1.
Wow. Now you're going to sing for us tonight.
Yeah, I nailed it.
You've been setting this up all night long.
Yes,
you
we
went
have.
and did. I mean, the research that you have done tonight is superb.
Wow, thank you very much.
It's stupendous.
Thank you very much. We still got 2 quarters left to go.
Wow, I know. That's what's scaring me right now. I might want to go talk to Coach Franks about this and sing that song.
There we are.
There we are, guys. There we are out there. Here we are.
Yep.
Go ahead and sing for us again.
All right, 3rd and about 10 for Central. 4 receivers to the left side. They're going to throw it back and then throw the wide receiver pass, and that's good for Morgan. Oh, wow. That's Wayne Lane, a former quarterback, hitting Mark Morgan, one of the fastest guys in Kansas City football, for the quick strike touchdown.
And it was, and Beaumont Beasley was there, and he tried to undercut the route. He tried to undercut the route. No chance with getting the football. And again, number 17,
Mark Morgan
on the reception.
So a huge play for Central. The wide receiver pass out of the bunch formation. That was more than a bunch formation, guys. That was a bunch.
That was a bunch.
4 guys on the left side. They just stepped Wayne Lane back. He was the quarterback last year, and they're going for 2 here.
Bring out the sundial. That play took so long.
The give is to Foster, and he's untouched into the end zone. So they get the point back, and it's 14-7 Central now.
And I talked about they think the team that could do anything in the vertical passing game was going to win. Here you're seeing Central coming out with the halfback pass.
Well, it's the wide receiver pass. Wayne Lane was the quarterback last year. He obviously has a gun on him. Mark Morgan was second in the state last year in the 100-meter dash. He runs about a 40-yard dash to get there, and he got there quickly. He's a 4.3 guy, by the way.
And you saw in that play, Beaumont Beasley, the quarterback, as I said, he tried to undercut the route. If he would have just stayed with the receiver step for step, he could have knocked that pass down. Going for the interception, you know what? Ball sailed right over his head.
Wayne Lane, that is his 10th completion of the season. He's 10 for 18. Previously, he had thrown for 45 yards. That one was for 41 yards, almost doubling his total there. And the gadget play works to a T for Morgan Lane. Central fans.
And I'll tell you what, Lane, he put some air underneath that football.
Oh, he did.
Laid it out for his receiver. Nice throw. And again, he's got to be able to just go knock the ball down.
In between kickoff there. That's going to be grabbed by Wright. Wright's going to be tackled just past the 30-yard line with 18 ticks left to go. So Baldy, nothing for about 20 minutes, and then fireworks for the last 5.
And they have exploded. Central, and here you're seeing number 2, Gregory Wright, taking in on the return. Now you're just seeing a level of play now by Central. Even since that first touchdown, when Ricky Hicks scored, it seemed like the whole momentum turned. You could see a different energy level out of Central, and that's what it's all about in sport. At any level, it's just momentum. Who can capture it, and who can make something with it.
18 seconds. Lincoln Prep will have the ball at the 33-yard line. What will we see from them? Beasley in the backfield, joined by Johnny Hall. Beasley will try it once again, out wide to Gregory Wright, and that is incomplete. Second down.
I'll tell you what, they're just not having much success with the pass at all.
Right there. Roger Franks frustrated with the Knights events, especially in the last couple minutes or so.
Yeah, they came out for a quarter and a half and played a superb game on defense and let it get away from them here in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Francisco Tovar, Keem Kearns in the backfield. They'll give it to the senior Kearns, and he is wrapped up by a couple white jerseys, including Curtis Henderson.
I think you go back to number 21, Johnny Hall, and go back to running the power football game, because right now, Beaumont Beasley's accuracy is definitely out the window.
For now, you go back to the locker room, and if you're Lincoln Prep, down 7 as we are done with the first half from the Hy-Vee High School game of the week, and all of a sudden, it's kind of woken up. 14-7 Central. Coach Newell, Coach Franks, they know each other so well, but right now, competitors on the Hy-Vee High School game of the week as we head to halftime with Central leading it by 7. We welcome you back here to East Elementary School, side of this night's Hy-Vee High School game of the week, inside of Lincoln Prep and Central, 2 undefeated teams in the Interscholastic League taking on each other, and really not either one of them wanting to relinquish that unbeaten title, as Henry Newell's team is on top so far, 14-7 after a couple of big plays that happened towards the end of the first half. As for Lincoln Prep, well, it scored first, but a big turnover in its own territory certainly provided momentum for Central.
And this is a young guy too, Justin Walker from Lincoln Prep. He had such a big first half. He needs to get back in this game.
Rich Baldinger, Mick Schaefer, on the call tonight. Baldy does high school, you get college, you get NFL Sunday?
Yes, we have the Chiefs on Sunday, Cincinnati.
Yep.
Hopefully things will work out. We can get that turned around for them. A tough game last week. Team's better than that. Chiefs team is better than what we saw on the field Sunday.
Well, I'd hope so. I would certainly hope so. It's homecoming here for Lincoln Prep. The Tiger, I don't like the Tiger in the back of the Jeep because the Tiger can't dance.
I think the Tiger's happy
Yep.
being in the back.
Queens were crowned here tonight just moments ago. Were you homecoming king, Baldy, at all?
No, I think, in fact, the day of the homecoming, I was in New York City laying railroad track in the subway, so didn't quite get to experience any of that stuff.
Nice thought. Yeah, good. It's kind of a big night here. Like we mentioned, the Metro Sports cameras are out not only for the game, but also for a documentary that we'll be shooting on really the history of IL football, where IL football is now, and really the future and where it's going. Such an interesting topic because, Baldy, there's been so many good athletes for so long out of this area, but just right now, the teams aren't matching the individuals.
Not at all, and it's tough, and it's all about dollars. It's putting programs together in these schools. We're knowing how competitive it is now among high schools and trying to get the best players, putting the best program, the best facilities anymore, and that's what makes it so hard for all these schools to compete. It takes the local community to get involved with it anymore. And, you know, as I always say, the high school sports, it's such a great playing field because it equalizes everything, allows the kids to get out there, show their talent, you know, in a proper way that's good. It brings all the community out and it's support and everything. You know, we've been doing this high school football. You see it all around Kansas City. You just wish that every town, you know, could, you know, have a great program.
Well, these are two great teams in the IL. Lincoln Prep and Central. As we mentioned, Lincoln Prep is atop the standings at 3-0. Their last 3 games have been against IL foes, but Central is coming off a bye week, and that's an aspect we haven't hit on yet, Baldy. 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They're 2-0 in the IL standings as the homecoming procession had to make kind of a jog around the Metro Sports trucks.
Sports trucks, and folks, that's where our paychecks are heading to those trucks right there, right? Nobody does it better, guys. Nobody does it better than the men down in those trucks.
Let's make some noise, Tigers.
I think the Tigers liking that ride around.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's having a good old time.
It's a festive night here. You have homecoming, you have the gaming broadcast, you have the documentary, you have the brigade out here, players and cheerleaders and representatives from the brigade. One of the homecoming queens. And to top it all off, we have a darn good ball game so far that is, I believe, about to resume. Baldy, what lasted longer, the first half or halftime?
I think this halftime. I don't know if I'm going to make it to another halftime.
It's pretty close. I mean, two teams that love to run the ball. I'm not sure the clock stopped more than 3 or 4 times in the first half.
Yeah,
I swear they're putting time on the clock here at
I think
halftime.
Coach Franks is about telling everybody, guys, I'm ready to start playing again. Let's get it going.
I just want to hear more interesting conversations that you and I bring up, I'm sure.
I thought maybe you're going to talk more about this Tiger in the back of the Jeep and everything.
We love it. You should see the Tiger. I'm not kidding you. One of the best dancers in the city.
We'll have to do a special on that one then, huh? Steven Spiegel, we'll get him out there with his camera.
Central's going to kick off, we think. Prep will receive and defend the south goal. The same setup we had in the second quarter. Roger Franks, one of the participants, wearing a mic tonight. Thanks to him. Metro Sports cameras. This is Roger's 4th season at the school. As for Mr. Henry Newell, his 2nd year back at Lincoln Prep as the head coach. And here we go, Beaumont Beasley taking the kickoff. Corralled finally at the 35-yard line, and fittingly, on the average, Lincoln Prep has started all of its drives from, yes, the 35-yard line.
Beaumont Beasley on the return, getting going north and south. No dancing, let's make some yardage.
He's got a return for a touchdown already this year.
Smothered at the 35, but he gets some good field position. Let's see if Lincoln goes right back to the man, Johnny Hall.
Beaumont 2 for 6, 19 yards, and an interception so far tonight for the Tigers. There's Baldy's man, Johnny Hall pushing the pile, picking up 4, driven back. What a positive gain for Lincoln Prep on first down.
And good job. There's that vision. Started strong, then came back weak with that run. And that vision, being able to find the nice little, just find a little crack in the offensive line, picks up the 4 yards.
When you mentioned vision, it's the peripheral part, but it's also, Baldy, seeing your blockers and where their butts, where their backs are moving.
You're exactly right. And where the hole's going to develop.
In Morgan, that's Boyer. Here's Hall. Oh, and he can go. Hall finally brought down in the defensive secondary. A home run, touchdown-saving tackle by Frankie Jackson. And
how about the block by Justin Walker, number 58, we were talking about, and then just going to the outside. Look at everybody getting the block at the point of attack, and then the movement by Hall. He just, as I said, he makes the first man miss. Whether he's running by you or he's just stiff-arming you, first guy doesn't have a chance to make a tackle on that young man.
Frankie Jackson, the senior.
Come on, let's go, baby.
Makes the stop. 4.1 yards per carry tonight for Johnny Hall, who gets a breather, and they give to Kearns now on 1st and 10 from inside the 35.
You see in Lincoln what they're doing is they're going the tight end to the left or one side and split out on the other side and trying to hit those runs weak side. Suited the defense right now. Central's trying to overload that tight end side, and some good adjustments by Lincoln here in the second half.
Hall still on the sidelines for this second down play. That's Kearns and Walker in the backfield. Split for Beasley, who will pass. Will swing out there, kind of adventurous to Ken Boyer. He finally makes the catch, gets some positive yardage, and bring up a 3rd and 4 situation.
That's good read by Beasley, the quarterback. His design run play, but when you got that cushion, and is that number 8? Is that Boyer?
Boyer, yeah.
Make the catch first. You see, he started his eyes started upfield before he had control of the football.
Boyer also a track star, getting looks from Harvard for track, football, and smarts as well, Baldy. Boyer in motion. That is Kearns again. He's the between the tackles guy. He'll get ankle wrapped.
Lane, number 5, in on that play. Talking about the young man going to Harvard. We talked to Coach Brooks, and I guess they contacted the school counselor today, wanted transcripts and everything. And you understand the cost of going to Harvard.
What, I mean, what is it these days?
It's got to be in the $50,000 a year range. Exactly. New type of shoelaces.
4th down for Lincoln Prep. Hall's back in the game. And Hall will have the first down. Pushing tackler, still going. Whoa! Hall. We got Wayne Night Train Lane out there. We might have Jim Brown too, Baldy.
Put a little combination, but how about Tovar in the block on the outside? And then watch Hall. No quit in this man's body, folks. You think he's down? Nope. He's still going. And that's a good job of running that type, setting up inside, and then look at the leg drive and the competitive nature of Hall.
Muhammad had him, but then Hall just shed Muhammad. We've seen the plays Khalid's made tonight.
How about that stiff arm, just throwing people out of the way?
That's Job in the offensive backfield, and that's going to be on Central, I believe, and push Lincoln Prep even closer inside the 10, out of the 6 after they mark this one off.
And Hall, I'll tell you what, he runs with a vengeance, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's just not going to go down. He's just going to slap you upside the head and throw you on your butt and run by you.
Over 100 yards for the game. Here's Hall again, and he is in the end zone. His first touchdown of the night. And Lincoln Prep strikes quickly here in the second half.
And there was I'll tell you what, he made no bones about it, Coach. He came right back out to his star player, And that time, instead of going on the one, following his one fullback outside, he was followed right up inside. And again, we even mentioned his name all night long, 58, Justin Walker. Watch the lead block that he gets on this play.
Tall ball right now for Lincoln Prep. They'll try to tie the score here with Tovar. And they will. Alonzo Tovar kicks it through. And once again, we are tied here on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. It's Hicks for 6, and then here it's Hallball, Baldy.
And again, they're talking about Justin Walker, and watch how he delivers and follows through, and that's all he needs. And how about the movement up front by the offensive line? I mean, Mick, take a look at this hole. It just opens up like the Lincoln Tunnel. There is no one that's going to bring Hall down.
Hall with his 11th touchdown of the year. It took 7 plays and 65 yards quickly. Just 3 minutes off the clock. And keep in mind, that's not even 4 games and 11 touchdowns for Hall. So that's...
I'll tell you what, he exploded through that hole. Let his fullback in his block. He makes his cut. Very shifty runner, but I'll tell you what, he runs with an attitude. He's one of the leaders. You can see him on the sidelines right now, still talking to his team.
Whatever y'all do, y'all do. I got you, Johnny. I got you, baby.
See if Central can match this shift in the momentum, huh?
Motivating his offensive lineman there, too. You have to love that ball to a running back that pats you on the back. So this is the whole everything. Ken Boyer, who punts, kicks off, plays wide receiver and defensive back to deliver the ball back to Central. As the Lincoln Prep fans are on their feet. And this ball is going to be blown dead as Lincoln Prep had a guy about 5 yards offsides.
Coach Franks had some choice words maybe at halftime in the locker room.
Yep. This was an easy one for Jerome Jackson's crew. Oh, wow. It wasn't us. There was a guy about 5 yards offside and another guy about 2.5.
And the best part is he tried to hold up like,
what the heck was that? Well,
son, just come over here. I need to give you a beat right on the spot. But, you know, he tried to hold up like people weren't going to see him or anything.
So once again, this time from the 35, here's Boyer. And all blue jerseys are kept onside that time. That one is taken by Wayne Poole. And Wayne loses yardage back to the 36-yard line.
If you're going to do that, just fall down on the 40-yard line. You'd use some athleticism to get around the edge. It's not a jog.
Played some special teams. You ever get the ball on the kickoff?
No.
No?
I was in the wedge for the first year.
Did you ever get the ball at all?
I fell on a fumble. No. Last game of the season, 1990, we played Chicago Bears.
Did you win that game?
Yes.
So it was a big play.
Yes.
All right. Here's DeAndre Foster.
Come on, Justin. Come on, Justin.
For a gain of 7.
Up there. Other time when we saw things go from bad to good for the Chiefs. And take a look at DeAndre Foster here, following his fullback, Job. Power running. I'll tell you what, number 58, we've got to total up with Justin.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, how many tackles?
2nd and 5 for Darius Hicks and the Eagles in the wing T formation. Oh, and there he is again. Justin Walker has been inside Darius Hicks's shoulder pads on about 5 plays tonight.
And Jim Tressel's sitting at his house right now.
Oh, is he watching the game?
I think
is he watching
this game right now. I think we want to send this film off for him. Take a look at Justin Walker. I mean, they have not figured this out at all. Number 75, James Thomas. He's got to go ahead and pick him up. Go ahead and hit him. It's a blitz. He's not even seeing him.
And how much of that is scheme and how much of that is Walker just looking and finding a hole himself?
He is, but still, though, if the guy gets that close, you got to go pick him up back and won't be able to get him.
3-yard loss, 3rd and 8 on the play. They're going to give to Foster, and Foster is going to be wrapped up well shy of the first down by Alex Gardner.
You're seeing Lincoln right now. Talk about the change in momentum. Lincoln's come out here in this defensive series, controlling the line of scrimmage, playing the offensive side of the ball. Tough to get any play going when defense is sitting in the backfield having coffee with you.
So the Eagles will punt here. High rainbow snap. Gordon gets it off, and it's off a pretty good one. Here's Boyer, runs into his own man. That's Walker. Walker's just trying to tackle everybody out
He's
there.
trying to hit anyone right now. Justin, it's all right. We'll get this film footage anywhere, too. You don't have to hit your own teammates.
You know, you want to take advantage when you're on TV. You make as many plays as possible.
And I'll tell you what, I heard the pads pop. Take a look at it here. On the return, Justin Walker, he's trying to find someone. He does get a hit, but he just kind of runs into his own man, rattled him a little bit. Good block on that. Brendan Garrison, number 71.
No, Walker's been getting some D2 looks. Might want to elevate those looks, huh? D1 action. It's a fake to Hall. Beasley looking to throw. He's going to have some running room. No, throw this time and be short of the, there's a flag on the field, be short of his target. So much happening on that play.
And I'm telling you what, was that Walker on the peel back that time?
Somebody got blown up.
Somebody, and I'm not sure if that's what the penalty is. Yeah, legal man downfield.
Legal man downfield. And what happened most likely was when Beasley looked to scramble that second time, that's exactly what his lineman was thinking, in that he's running. I can go the 2 or 3 yards
Let's
past
see if we
that
take a
point
look at
downfield.
it. He's got to get rid of the football now.
Yep.
Can't hold on to this. Now he's just going to roll out to his right, just trying to save his life, live for another day. And let's see the peel back.
Yep.
That is.
That's your boy.
That's him, Justin Walker. I tell you what, just put him right in the NFL right now.
The flag was on Lincoln Prep. Legal man downfield, so they'll have it 1st and 15 now. And Hall, there's your option. Hall for about 11.
I tell you what, Hall ran.
He's running differently in the second lap.
He is, but watch the block by Walker, your fullback. Listen to the contact that takes place. That's what you call boning someone running to the chin. And then there's Hall doing a good job coming off his blocks, reading, let people get set up. See him, boom, takes it right there. That's how you meet a linebacker. And Hall's gone. I'll tell you what, he runs hard.
Are you watching anybody besides Walker?
Yeah, this Walker's the only guy I'm walking right now.
High formation for Beasley and the Tigers. He's on another keeper, and he's going to have a 1st down. Beasley crosses 35, down inside of it to the 34-yard line. Good play there by Lincoln Prep.
Beaumont Beasley, that time keeper.
That almost looked like a busted play, I think.
I think it was. I think he missed the handoff, and he saw him kind of hit himself on the head there.
Turned the wrong way, yeah.
He turned the wrong way. That's exactly right. Should have gone turned to his left, but then
might want to add that play to the playbook.
Hey, you know what? I watched somebody else instead of Justin Walker that time.
Good for you. 30 rushing yards so far for Beaumont Beasley. And the 1 touchdown. It's always good to have that second option when you roll your quarterback out there, run or pass. Defense on his heels. Another fake to Hall. And another pull down by Beasley. This time snuffed out, though. And a big tackle there by Curtis Henderson.
And that was just coverage. Good coverage, that, too. Also, number 23, Braddock Moore. He actually had the coverage on the receiver because in that time Beasley was rolling out.
And Beasley is shaken up. Timeout on the field as they tend to him. And that was 5'10", 230 pounds falling on top of Beasley, who was tall but very lanky. And they're looking at his lower body, or perhaps the wind knocked out of him, as that's Coach Franks out there on the field.
Was that Curtis Henderson on the hit?
Yeah.
51.
There's Moore.
And Moore
turning him back inside.
Yep.
And then, oh yeah, that's on top of the ball there.
On top of the ball, the head into the dirt, the eyes into the second level. Take a look on the boot. And again, that was more on the coverage downfield, and that's why Bees didn't have anywhere to go with the football. Right. And then the big man, 51, doing the body slam.
Well, your backup quarterback for Lincoln Prep is Ken Boyer. He's the wide receiver, of course, among other things. He'll come in. He's 19 for 41 on the season with 14 of 33 on the season for Lincoln Prep so far. He'll come in, play quarterback.
And I think Beaumont lost the bow in his first name.
Just Beasley Mont?
Yeah, he's just sitting on the bench right now. He's not really sure which down he's in.
So Aaron Young will come in place of Boyer, as Boyer takes the snap, hands off to Hall. That's on the ground, and Central has it. And you have to wonder how much of that was the quarterback change. Probably a lot of it.
Exactly a lot of it. See, that time that was number 8, that was Boyer. And I'll tell you what, most likely he didn't place that football right in the breadbasket. But again, it just takes some reps, and that's one of the hardest things that takes place when you change quarterbacks is the exchange. Let's take a look at it.
Looks like he put it in there.
He put it right in Hall's breadbasket.
That's William Kaysen on the recovery for Central, and Central will have it.
Some gloves on for defense, but still, though, it's a different quarterback. The way he places the football, sometimes just that little bit of adjustment can make the difference.
Central took advantage of Lincoln Prep's first turnover. We'll see what they do here with 4:22 left in the third quarter. That's Ricky Hicks for no gain.
How about Eric Hart, number 4? He's another guy on defense that's been there all night long. You're not going to run over him.
No, you're not. He's a linebacker, one of those outside linebackers in the 4-4 that Lincoln Prep will employ.
And the reason why you run that 4-4 defense keeps 8 men in the box, because most high school teams will run better than they can throw. Yep. Makes it tougher to run. But the one thing it does, though, is sometimes you're weak on the outside, on the edge. Central took advantage of that. Let's see if they go back to it here in the second half.
Hicks, counter toss to his older brother, who sheds one tackle. That's Harden, but then wrapped up by 2 other Blue Tigers, and that's a loss of 2 on the play.
And what you're seeing out of Lincoln right now is some very good open field tackling and pursuit to the football. There you saw some misdirection. They were trying to go with the pitch out the backside. See the misdirection. I'll tell you what, there's Harden number 4, but look how everybody's staying at home that time. 2, Gregory Wright also not losing contain. He knew. You see how he broke down and he made sure that Hicks stayed in front of him.
So 3rd and 2 as Central is back in the wing tee. Hicks looking to pass, but looking at nothing but blue jerseys. Throws it up for grabs, and it's nearly caught, nearly intercepted right in the middle there of Foster. Tyler Smith as well.
Cassius Simpson, number 57, comes on the pressure.
Blocked like a screenplay.
It looked like it, but I'll tell you what, it was a jailbreak, and that's not really what you want to do with the football on a jailbreak. Eat it, throw it on the sidelines, live for another day, but you can't afford a turnover.
Dodged one there, but it'll bring up 4th and 12, and yet another punt for Central tonight.
Lincoln's going to get good field position again.
Heavy pressure as Morgan just pops that one up in the air, and that's going to be a net punt of about 3 yards.
The foreshadowing, I saw that. It was ominous. I saw that punt coming. I said good field position.
Well, Lincoln Prep will have it. Take a look here. Morgan just popped that thing right up in the air. Probably avoided a block in the process. However, just as good as a block for Lincoln Prep. So the second half starting off a lot like the first half did. A lot of possessions, not a lot of yards, and no points so far. And just met in the middle. Huge collision there. That's Hall on the carry. And big.
Job also was in there, and number 73.
Samuel Inman.
I'm telling you what, the pads are popping, but watch Hall run. And this, I'll tell you what, you know what you see? College is like? A lot of times, a 1-yard gain is a good gain. They want to see these backs there. They might be scat backs. They can get outside and run, but will they run between the tackles? That right there showed college scouts a lot for the young man Hall.
2nd and 9. Beasley sending Boyer in motion and sending his left tackle. False start. Brody Christensen. A tad too early.
Lamont Beasley back at the quarterback position.
Beasley just missed that one play there, as it was fairly obvious. He fell on the ball and got the wind knocked out of him. That hurts. That's a scary feeling too.
Yeah, you lose your breath. Tends to happen a lot on the Stairmaster.
Hall stiff-arming Jackson. Hall down the outside and finally wrestled out inside the 20. Jobe on the tackle. Jackson had a shot at it first, but Hall, the little guy, showing some big, tough moves on the outside.
How about Hall with the left hook? That was a left uppercut. Watch the young man take it to the outside. Stay on the path, follow your fullback. Now watch him take that. I mean, that's just a little jab. That looked like a George Foreman. You know, look, boom, people go down. How about the strength on this young man?
Great running by the junior Hall. He almost goes down. Frankie Jackson made a great play to get there. Almost brought him down, but that was just all effort by Hall making that play.
And when you watch this young man run, he has that subtle shiftiness about him. It's a little dip, it's a little shake to one side, and he freezes defensive players when they're out of position. Then he uses the strength to go right over them. That was a lot of S's. Subtle shiftiness.
The shuttle shiftiness.
Yeah.
146 yards now for Hall. Over 6 yards a carry, actually closer to 7 tonight for him. 2nd and 4. Baldy, who do you give it to?
Only one guy.
Is it Wright?
Right on the outside that time.
Greg Wright is not the guy you were talking about, but that is a positive gain for Lincoln Prep, and that, I believe, will be a first down. And goal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say and goal.
And I'll tell you what, Beaumont Beasley has come out here in these last 2 series. A whole different passer. He's putting some zip on that football now, and they're doing a better job making short passes. Let him make some completions, gain some confidence.
1st and goal from just inside the 10 for Lincoln Prep. We're down inside a minute left here in this 3rd quarter. Stacked backfield, and they're going to give it to Hall. Hall finding room inside the 5.
I'll tell you what, it has not been a nightmare for this team, Lincoln. They have done a tremendous job up front in terms of blocking. Brooks, Simpson, Schaefer.
And that's Hall looking for what would be his 12th touchdown in 3+ games. Hall, can he find it? He can.
Great cut. Great cut. There's the vision right there, Mick.
That's a clean dozen for Hall in 4 games.
He went about 5 yards to his left on that cut. Power inside, and then the shiftiness to find the backside for the touchdown.
We have a player down. It looks like that is William Harris. The nightmare is down as we take another look at this thing.
Now watch Hall. Watch how he presses. Now there's the cut. That's the vision I'm talking about. And see how quick he's through the hole. Even the nightmare can't get his fingers on him. You know, that's probably all he got on him was some fingertips.
Now we have an injured Eagle down on the field.
But that's so important because at the next level now, everything, so many teams running spread, it's so much zone blocking. You get this guy out in space, he's going to make people miss. I tell you what, he's got a bright future. I wanted to see his running ability, and he's showing me a lot tonight.
Well, you're seeing it over 150 yards tonight. 2 touchdowns for, once again, the junior. And he's over 800 yards rushing on the season.
That's some big William Harris, the nightmare we're talking about. And, you know, we talked to Coach Franks before the game, and he told us about Hall, and he said the one thing he has that you can't coach is vision. You know, you can teach him everything else, but that vision, either you have it or not. And right now you're seeing Hall with that shiftiness and his ability to start one way, find the hole anywhere, and get through it quickly.
Roger Frank's team taking just 2:24 off the clock to scoring 6 plays, 37 yards. So 14 unanswered. I think that 13 unanswered right now for Lincoln Prep as the extra point is on hold, as they are still tending to 6'2", 295 pounds of man down there.
I'll tell you what, right there, 21, there's a young man. I'll tell you, he has stepped up in this second half, and he is the catalyst of this offense and the team.
Well, it's been since he returned that Lincoln Prep has caught fire. They lost the first 3 games of their season to Marshall, Hogan Prep, and Plattsburgh. But in week 4, Hall came back, and it's been nothing but W's ever since for Lincoln Prep. As a good sign there. The big guy, Nightmare Harris, gets up and is walking off the field under his own power.
Yeah, full house backfield.
No.
Lincoln has come out, and they've had no answer for Central at all. They can't control it in a straight-ahead running, 2 tight ends. It's simple. Knock somebody off the ball.
Lincoln Prep, the last 3 games, 46-6, 48-7, and 48-0. With Hall, all wins over Southeast, Northeast, and Van Horn. That kick is wide left. So just the 4th extra point miss on the season for Tovar, and it's 20-14.
Getting a little cool out tonight. See everybody trying to keep loose.
How are you doing? You got enough popcorn, enough peanuts down you?
Oh, it sounds great, but I could use a few more. It's a long 4 quarters.
And halftime. There he is.
There's your Tiger.
There he is. I'm just,
You're going to have to do a dissertation on that, huh?
I don't know if I'll go that far. I might
like you went that far.
I might write a quippy little lead into it on the roundup. I mean, look at that, though. There's no way you can teach that.
You were definitely infatuated by this, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
do you go to the zoo a lot?
I do, actually. I'll tell you, though, I mean, I've seen a lot of mascots, you know.
Have you seen a lot of mascots?
There's nobody in the Sunflower League or the EKL or the Suburban Leagues.
And you're involved with sports,
You can do that.
You've seen a lot of mascots.
Yeah, exactly. There's Morgan taking the kickoff at the 20, looking for room towards the middle of the field, find it out to the 38-yard line. And Central is in business with 12 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 20-14, Lincoln Prep now back on top.
And let's see if Central doesn't try to go right over on top on a big play.
And I would say that was a big miss on the PAT, but Central's going for 2 no matter what.
Yes, they are. They're going.
They're going to be 20 or 22 if they score again. Hall is down on the sidelines.
He pulled something.
Central given to Foster. Foster's got a 1st down. Foster, just a sophomore. This kid is talented as well. 6 foot, 205 pounds as a sophomore. We're getting word that somebody threw the kicking tee over toward Hall.
And it hit him.
And it hit him.
We need to go no further.
Okay. We got a guy averaging over 200 yards per game rushing the football. He's got 12 touchdowns in 15 quarters. Let's find somebody else to throw stuff at, right?
You got to do whatever you got to do.
You know, let's find somebody else to fill that role, the role of
who threw
tee
the
catcher. The tee catcher role. I don't know.
Not good.
Hey, we're taking a break here as we have 3 quarters down, 1 to go on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. And Lincoln Prep chest bumping because they are back on top of the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. The Tiger getting a much-deserved break. But we are back to the action here at the start of the 4th quarter, 20-14. Lincoln on top. That's Ricky Hicks on the pitch. Close to 1st down yardage. Hicks finding his groove.
Yeah, he did, and he had that speed. He could stretch the field. That time they got a good hook block on Earl Harden on the front side, number 4. Take a look at it. Misdirection now. Hicks on the pitch. You see Harden They got him, and there was that number front, the number 9. That was DeAndre Foster on a nice block on the outside. Got his head, outside number, good placement, stayed with the block, and then worked upfield to get another one.
We've seen Foster a lot on the seal on the outside, spring a number of big runs for big number 12 there. Ricky Hicks with 56 yards, 5 yards to carry in the evening. And that's Foster getting his turn, and he pops for about 5. Back to Hicks. He's heavily sought after recruit. Wyoming is interested in him. In fact, really interested in him.
And what a great place to go to, because this is what it's all about. This type of style of running back, because the Mountain West is all about the spread offense.
Right. Wyoming loves Kansas City. A number of guys have come out of this area and gone up to play for the Cowboys. 2nd and 5. Darius Hicks. Inside handoff to Ricky. Very little gain on that play. We're going 3rd and 5. There's your boy Walker making the play.
Yeah. How many tackles is that for him? Take a look at Walker inside, reads it, comes down, keeps good hitting position, and how about the head? He just buries him back with the forearm. And young man Walker likes contact. That's why they got him at the linebacker position.
Inside linebacker. Came into the game with 29 tackles. And
he has 29 tonight.
Yeah. So 3rd and 5. That's Jobe in motion. Once again, trouble with the snap as Hicks falls down. They're going to call him down before he got the pitch off. Tough break there for Central and the Eagles, but I'm not sure Jobe was going, very far had he got it.
And he was just seeing the blitz, and he got stepped on.
Oh, what a great look there by our Metro Sports crew.
He did. Got to get his feet. The quarterback, you got to get out of the way. You got to be able to open up. What he did that time, notice both feet, he twisted with his upper body, but didn't open up with that back foot. That's why he got stepped on.
And I got the A-team out here tonight for Metro Sports, minus me, of course. It's the same guys that do those Mountain West games. And
I know you're just up here giving us dissertations on the mascot.
Yeah, it's just flag on the play. I tell you,
I was surprised. Central had some success throwing the football, just a couple plays.
It's a delay of the game, and God bless Julian McCoy, but he has been the last to line up, him on the outside, every single punt this evening. It's almost like it's by design. Morgan, 5 yards back, would get it. A very low punt, almost blocked on the ground. And that's Boyer returning it. 20. Taken down at the 21.
Some pads popping. Boyer getting some yardage at it.
Well, then there was Julian McCoy on the tackle. So, don't stop hating on him.
I wonder what Lincoln's going to do on this drive.
Yeah. So few options,
You think 2-1 might be involved?
2-1's going to be involved. 1's going to be involved. We've seen 2 involved with Greg Wright on the swing passes.
And I think, I think Coach Frank's halftime speech might have been, you know what, guys? If we don't get going, you're all going to see me on the sidelines.
And that might work.
That did. As a young high school kid, you might get going.
Franks is an imposing figure. Play action, rollout on the bootleg, and room to run. There is Beasley. Makes a couple guys miss. Pickup of 11 and a first down for the Tigers. Nice play.
A rather circuitous course on his boot. I think he ran all the way to Raytown to find some open lanes here. But the young man, Beaumont Beasley, coming alive here in the second half. Watch the fake and then the boot. Here he is, he's out there by I-70. Now he comes back on the playing field. But some nice open field running, some niftiness, shiftiness.
And first down. And here's Hall. Oh, and a good tackle there. Jackson was there first, then Jobe cleaned it up.
Yeah, Jackson, excellent job that time, driving through with his hip. Watch him come up on the run, support Jackson. And this is how you take on a running back. Drive through, get his legs down, and stop him. I'll tell you what, Hall, that's a tough guy to bring down, but that's a nice open field tackle by Jackson.
2nd and long for the Tigers. Jobe will exit the game. Newell says don't plan on staying there too long.
You're back in.
Hall's on the sideline, which means Akeem Kearns is back in. Joined in the backfield by Wright and Francisco Tovar. Beasley given to Kearns. Up the gut. Kearns pushes forward for about 9. It's a nice second option to have there, Baldy, when you have to rest Hall.
The physical domination up front. That primordial feeling that you get at the physical domination of another human being?
Yeah, I don't know that one, Baldy. I'll be honest with you.
Something on that one, huh? That was a rather pull it out of the cyberspace, huh?
I'm glad you said pull out of cyberspace. That's a first down run for Kearns.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kearns is pulling out some running yardage here on this drive.
To buckle up his chin strap and go right back to it, but power running here for the Tigers.
Look at just the surge straight ahead, and again, you know what? It's not always pretty blocks, but when you get a hat-on hat and you're moving your feet, watch it. Watch the big guys up front. Everyone a hat-on hat. And as long as you keep moving your feet, defense men can't make a tackle. And the running backs here for, I'll tell you what, Lincoln Prep, they went hard.
Akeem Kearns, one of the players wearing a microphone tonight. You see that on the left shoulder, there's kind of a little bit more of a bulge. That is the microphone he so graciously agreed to wear. And look at it, he's going to his left, going to the Mike side. 7-yard gain for our Mike man Kearns.
Mr. Kearns start inside, and then I'm just going to scoot it outside. Second level speed, turn it on and take it for big yardage.
Wait, second in IL play in rushing yards. You see why right here.
I tell you what, the dip, the shake, the soft shoulder, and then get to the outside. I'll tell you what, they do a very good job of pressing the line of scrimmage. 2 steps in, make your break at the feet of the offensive lineman. What that does, it freezes those linebackers inside. Now you can get the edge.
2nd and 3, Lincoln into Central territory. 6:39 left to go in the third. Whether the fourth quarter, pardon me, Kearns will get the call again. Who stopped short about a yard of the first down.
Hey, Cassius Simpson, Neary Brooks, all these guys up front. I'll tell you what, they're winning the game right now in the trenches.
Hall just on the sidelines thinking, what do I have to do to get a series here? 160 yards, a couple touches.
He might have something in his contract. They want to make sure he doesn't get that many yards.
Well, Lincoln Prep certainly wanted to take time off this clock. They had their druthers. The last drive of the game. Beasley on the keeper. Beasley on the first down. So many options to rush the ball if you're Roger Franks and the Tigers.
Beasley, Mr. Earl Campbell himself.
He got the bow back to his name.
He did get the bow back in there. He delivered it to a few people. Lincoln Prep has come out here in the second half, and this is what you can do with the running game. And look at the power up front. Look at the blocking.
Clock continues to wind down as Lincoln is just really dominated as far as moving the ball. Central struck with big plays, really. Back to the ground, and here's Hall. Brought down by Ricky Hicks, but not before Hall picks up about 6.
And the man at the center, number 71, Jared Brooks. I've been watching him all night long. He's been having a good game.
And take a look at Hicks there. He's also wearing a microphone for the game.
That might be spy cam, huh?
Yeah. Picked a couple pretty good guys to mic up.
Yeah, they did. You did. Good job. Metro Sports, production. Nobody does it better.
I can't wait for the documentary. You've seen about 6 or 7 minutes of it so far on Southeast last couple weeks ago. And as that has gone, you'll probably see some snippets of the Lincoln Prep side and the Central side in this story as the weeks and months go along before the whole thing's put together.
Lincoln Prep is relentless. Watch Hall twist, and now watch the leg drive.
Yep.
Another 2-3 yards after contact.
Well, this is just an epic drive here by Lincoln Prep.
It's been an epic drive the whole second half for Lincoln Prep.
coolest signs I've ever seen at a football game. That's Ricky Hicks and Alonzo Tovar. Big players in this game. Mr. Kearns, the up back. He'll chew for about 2 or 3.
And I'll tell you what, Lincoln has taken Central out to the woodshed and is delivering a thumping on them.
But remember, Central didn't score till this point in the first half.
That's true.
And I guarantee you, Roger Franks is thinking the same thing as he's captured there by the cameraman behind him with the microphone on.
Clock run. That's what he's saying right now.
Well, that's the biggest ally for Lincoln Prep at this point, because they have the ball. The clock is continuing to wind down and have great field position now inside the 25 of Central. 2nd and 8. What do they do here? They'll give it to Hall. Hall shedding a tackler. Making something out of nothing. And you talked about that, Baldy. Even though that's a gain of really nothing, it could have been a lot worse.
Wayne Lane comes on the run blitz. He's in the backfield. But again, I talked about Hall's ability to run by people, but also the strength. And look at the power that he has. People just slide off him. He's a very slippery runner, very quick, a lot of power. Again, watch Wayne Lane come in. He just bounces off him. It takes 2 men to bring him down. And again, these are the things that college coaches look at. What can you do at this level? Right now, he's seeing that there's no one that can tackle him.
So a timeout on the field as they actually kept that clock going. They did not rule that he was out of bounds. They said Hall landed inbounds and was down before getting out. So that's why Newell, no doubt, took the timeout. As you know, the precious seconds are ticking away here for his team. As you know, he just wants the ball back. Down 1 score for Franks. Just wants to possess it for another 3:20. As it'll be 3rd and about 8 from the 29.
No, they've done a tremendous job in terms of mixing up the running backs, inside power running game, outside. And Central's had no answer for this full house backfield all night.
Big play here for both sides. Full house backfield. Beasley to throw. Now he'll run. Now he'll think about throwing. Now he'll think about running again. And he's got room out there. Beasley cuts it up. And he'll have the first down. Wow.
The longest scramble in the history of high school
60
football.
yards on that play for about 14.
I'll tell you what, he put some hoop moves on out there. Take a look at the young man, Beaumont Beasley.
Little head fake, little ball fake.
Little fake, little head and shoulders. Nope, I'm going to come back here. Now he's going to take up. Well, again, I better get out to I-70 so I can make the corner. But look at him take a run. Excellent job in the open field. I'm going to tell you what,
yep.
I got tired watching that.
And a great block there that sprung him by Brody Christensen, the left tackle. Fan of the game brought to you by Sonic. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. Who's getting it? Who's getting it? Oh, man, that's dangerous down there with the Sonic. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Here's Prep. Here's another big gain down to the 7. As we're inside 3 minutes. That was Kearns.
Oh, I like this. I'll tell you what. I like what Coach Franks is doing here. I like this. This is what the running game does. It is just great. It is demoralizing to defenses. And he came out, made no bones about it. I'm going to come out. I am going to shove this football down your throat, and they have done it.
We got Had, I think, before the game. He told us about 60-40 pass to run, did he not?
Well, I tell you what, after he saw Beaumont Beasley's passing ability in the first half, he said, yeah, what, those numbers might change drastically.
Kearns has been the big vehicle this drive. 33 of those 84 yards, and look at that. 7 minutes off the clock. They got this ball with almost 10 minutes left to go in the game, yet 14 plays later, they still have it, are knocking on the door. And the big story here, Central without a chance to come back and tie or take the lead in this game.
I'll tell you what, the change-up between Johnny Hall and Kearns, both those running backs, what they bring, so much power.
2nd down, Hall. Down to about the 2.
And I would think that Central is doing some time of this in the defense. You would start stunting more, some more blitzes, anything to try to slow up that running game. You know, get a loss or something, but they haven't really done much in the second half in terms on defensively and then making adjustments.
About 6 more feet and things will be sealed for Lincoln Prep.
I'll tell you what, put the team on the back of 21 and 24, and they will carry you into the end zone.
More bad news for Central. And that's a first down. So they will have 4 cracks at it. Will Hall, I'm gonna play caller here. I'm gonna say hand off to Hall. What do you think, Baldy?
Tell you what, it's not a bad idea at all. Might be one of your better ideas you've had.
You're snapping to about 3 on the play clock too. Oh, wow, ball on the ground, and that could have been huge as Beasley pounces on it back at the 5.
And it looked like he got his foot stepped on. And who was that? Is that number 5 in on that too? That was Wayne Lane. It looked like he got his foot stepped on. Had his left foot back. Take a look at it. Yeah, it looked like his left foot pulled out a little bit too soon. Yeah, he did. It looked like his left foot got stepped on.
And that ball was, it looked like going to Kearns.
Yep, right there, the center. That was the center on that was that Brooks. And I'll tell you what, when Jared Brooks steps on your foot, it's pretty much over with.
Probably so.
You're not going to move it. You might pull on the shoe, and you might leave the shoe.
In Lincoln Prep, just a big bullet there. There's the give. And driven back for another loss is Lincoln Prep and Kearns. Bring it 3rd down.
Chris
White. Clock continues to tick.
Big number 67 that time. Chris White, 6'2", 320 pounds. That's the reason why that play didn't go anywhere.
There he is right there.
320 pounds, and he's a sophomore? Do I have that correct? A sophomore?
That shouldn't happen.
That's a big fella. That's a big young fella.
Here we go. Give is to Hall, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Lincoln Prep.
Tell you what, he's in the express lane into the end zone tonight.
And with 68 seconds left, that'll pretty much be ball game for Henry Newell and the Eagles.
He's not too happy with his defense tonight at all. Never got a chance to get anything going in the second half.
Well, the problem is, you know, they had the momentum in the first half, but then the gunshot, and they went to halftime, and things can change in a hour-long halftime
show, and it did.
Going for 2 is Lincoln Prep. That's Beasley on the play fake, looking for his wide receiver. It's broken up. Pass was intended for Monte Simmons.
Did that ball hit Simmons in the head? It looked like it was tipped and then hit him in the head.
Broken up by Jackson. We're taking a look this time at the touchdown and the game sealer.
Yeah, I tell you what, right at the pit level, look at the movement.
Oh, that was the play before.
The play before. That was
took it back to the 7.
Took it back to that's right.
And then came Johnny Hall, his 3rd touchdown of the night. And number 13 in 4 games.
How about Adam McNary, the right guard, number 59? He's walking his man into the end zone. I'll tell you what, the nightmare wasn't anywhere to be seen in that series.
Hall had 3 touchdown runs against Southeast, 3 against Northeast. Last week against Van Horn, he had 4. 53, 17, 16, and 4. They've all been of the shorter variety tonight as we take yet another look at TD number 3.
Yeah, look at just the running that. I'll tell you, when he runs, his ability just to cut on a dime, that shiftiness, I mean, that's something you don't coach. It just makes people miss. There might be other people looking at this young man's film. Besides Wyoming.
Especially after tonight. Kickoff will be touched by a couple Eagles before Mark Morgan will let yet another one touch it. That's Ricky Hicks on the reverse. No go as the Tigers snuffed that one out with 1:01 left to go. Well, it's a 12-point game now with 1:01 left to go. Central will drop to 2-1 in conference play and fall to 4-2 on the season. Meanwhile, Lincoln Prep will run their record to 4-3. all 4 wins coming in the last 4 weeks. Roger Franks, the former collegiate fullback, looking on as Central gets a quick hitter to Morgan. He'll be tackled inbounds, however, as Central.
I thought after that first drive Lincoln had here in the second half that Central would come out and try to do some of this, just to try to turn the the momentum of the game around.
There's the bunch formation. We saw it again, worked in the first half. And this is Wayne Lane, the quarterback. We saw him with the gun earlier. He'll run for the first down. That'll stop the clock with 32 seconds left. It's Central still out there playing hard, looking to get something out of this.
Part of that 4x100-yard relay team.
Well, they can certainly get to the end zone fast. Spike the ball and stop the clock. So they're thinking maybe something big, a big hitter and onside kick. You never know.
I don't know if that's a bunch formation out here or a gang formation. Doesn't the clock stop when it's a first down automatically in high school, and it doesn't start again until you snap the ball? Am I correct?
I believe so. You just spike it. You
stops it.
collect yourself.
He's going to hand the baton off to somebody here.
Formation might have a offsides, no flag though. There's Hicks on the outside. Good open field tackle there by Greg Wright.
And you know what? That's a bubble screen, and if he stays outside the numbers where he's supposed to be, the blocks are set up, and guess what? He's going in the end zone.
Guess what? The press box is shaking up here as Lincoln is already celebrating. Now they'll stop the clock with 8 seconds left. And probably time for one more play on this Hy-Vee High School game of the week. Good battle though. Both teams.
Oh, I tell you, that was set up perfect on that bubble screen. And he just took it inside the numbers, stay outside, and he's still running right now.
There's Wayne Lane shedding a couple tacklers.
The first turn of the 4x100.
And the clock will hit 0, and that'll do it. As Roger Franks runs off the field, holding up 4. And then the number 1. What's he doing? It's in the goalpost. That's an NFL celebration there, Baldy. He gave the goalpost a little roundhouse.
I'll tell you what he did. Well, you know what? If Lincoln didn't come back and play good, a few of those players might have got a few of those roundhouses.
Couple body blows to the goalpost right after they gave the final blow to Central. Final score 26-14. Lincoln Prep victorious over Central in IL play. We're back after this on Metro Sports to wrap up the Hy-Vee High School game of the week. Well, something to celebrate tonight for Lincoln Prep and the Tigers. They're victorious 26-14. They scored early and they scored late to seal it. Beaumont Beasley helping lead that drive for the Tigers. He had 1 touchdown run tonight. Our drive of the game brought to you by Cadillac. Life, liberty, and the pursuits. Visit your local Cadillac dealer. And in defeat, we give it to Central, and really the play of the night, the wide receiver pass, 41 yards from Wayne Lane, the former quarterback, to Mark Morgan, the sprinter. Sprinted past the defense for a big play right there. Central had momentum, but then guess what? The gun sounded. They went to halftime, and Lincoln Prep got it right back. They didn't score in the second half. Lincoln Prep did 3 times, thanks in large part, well, all 3 of those times, to Johnny Hall, a guy that I know impressed you tonight, Baldy.
Oh, he did. I'll tell you, what a sensational runner. You know, Coach Roger Franks, he told us, he said, watch this young man. He's got a bright future. And everything that he talked about this young man, Mr. Hall showed us. And I'll tell you what, he is the catalyst for his team. And I'll tell you what, a lot of colleges are going to be looking at number 21 right now.
Certainly just a junior. 3 touchdowns tonight. Just a Google of him. It seems like over the last 4 games.
Such a powerful runner in his ability to go inside between the tackles and outside with the speed. And I'll tell you what, once he got going again in the second half, Central never caught up.
Well, so it looks like Lincoln Prep be the class of the IL this season as they go to 4-0 in the league standings. Central drops to 2-1, and look out for Lincoln Prep as they head into district play. Guys, they've won 4 straight, and now take on a huge game at St. Pius, which has really been their hurdle the last few years, and that'll go a long way in toward determining the district in that Missouri Class 3 battle. For Richard Baldinger, Director Corey Smith, everybody else involved in the Metro Sports production, I am Mick Schaefer. 1-2, it's over. Thanks for joining us.